Alright guys, welcome back to Build Order 101 with Gretorp and RotterdaM. I showed you guys 2 PvPs and I'm gonna show you guys once more. For everyone who just joined in, remember guys, yesterday I just sat down, I said I'm gonna use my next 3 Pro Tools games on ladder. No matter if I win or lose them, because even if I lose, there will always be a reason why I lose. It doesn't mean I don't like my opening. This was the 3rd PvP I played on the row. So for the final time, for everyone just tuned in, missed the start, let's keep a close eye on how I do everything. This guy was a total sweetheart. Okay, so obviously 9 pylon. Yep. I'm gonna make probe. As soon as the pylon is done, we're not gonna chrono boost yet. No, we're gonna make a gateway on 11. Then we are going to chrono boost as soon as we have money for that next probe. Obviously there's a small hiccup there. That's the difference between a 12 and a 13 gate or an 11 gate. Second chrono boost immediately after the first one, after you take your first gas. We wait until we have 150 minerals. And as soon as that gate is done, we're gonna drop the cybercore immediately. Look how quick I did that. Boom. It wasn't even done yet and I built it already. That's how quick I am. Faster than lightning, so. Alright, on 17 we're gonna get our second pylon, so once more cybercore before the second pylon. Yep, and then on 18 we're gonna take the second gas. This is really the standard, guys. And once more, I don't scout, but you will later on realize that you really don't need it. Alright, so we're gonna keep watching from my point of view. Kinda forgot how this game went, really. It's gonna be interesting. I will remember it soon. Alright, so as soon as the gateway is ready, first chrono boost goes on the gate. So up until this point we only use 2 chrono boosts. Because I did not lose any resources yet, I can actually build this 3rd pylon a little bit quicker than I normally can, which makes sure that I don't have to stop pro production for too long. Because of course I sacrifice a little bit of economy early on, because hey, there has to be a price to getting 3 stalkers that early, right? So stalker is ready. I'm gonna chrono boost out the second stalker. I hate it when they don't scout because it makes me nervous that I will not be able to find that probe. So this is once more a different scenario, but hey. So I keep the first stalker in my base. I keep building probes. Second stalker is out. Obviously I want to check in my natural, make sure nothing too funky is going on over here. Nope, nothing funky going on over here. Well, then I guess it is time to move out as my 3rd stalker is going to be on the way soon. And once more, I followed up with a Stargate, but you really don't have to. This is actually a minor mistake by me. I was probably looking at my base. I want to show you guys this. I often say in PvP, every shot is so important. If you see a unit over here, you don't just want to right click on the unit. No, you want to right click next to the unit and then you want to start shooting it, because you can get 2 or 3 more volleys off. If I wouldn't have been looking at my base and actually would have been paying more attention to my stalkers, I could have done that here. Like I start shooting at it immediately, which is the wrong thing to do. I should have moved closer to the unit, and then, because the more shots I get off, the more plus EV it will be for me in the long run to run up his ramp and see what's going on. Because right now I am clueless, man. Like I have no idea. He doesn't have any idea, but he didn't sacrifice economy early on like I did. Even though you guys can see I'm 24 against 23, so it's really not even that much of a sacrifice. But hey, I just hate being in the dark. I want to be that guy who knows what's going on.
By the way, EV is expected value. Basically, if you do this 100 times, you know, it's going to be better overall, obviously, to push up the ramp. That's so EV.
Exactly. Well, I got a couple of shots off on that one stalker. I want to make sure I don't play against the 1 gate fast expand. Like on this moment, do I think this is worth it? Well, I get a sneak peek and I was like, oh, that's not a good idea. He has 3 stalkers already as well, and he has a mothership core. Alright, so what does this tell me? What does this tell me? Absolutely nothing. I know he has 3 stalkers, a mothership core. This makes it a little bit tricky. You're like, hey, so this time we didn't really get that much out of it. No, we didn't. But what we shouldn't forget, guys, is that we are still the Pro Tools who's going 1 gate tech, which is a lot better than what he probably did, which is 2 gate mothership core and then tech. So hey, if this is a Phoenix against Phoenix game, I'm in pretty freaking good shape, because my Phoenixes are much quicker. If he's going Oracle, I'm in good shape. If he's going DTs, I'm going to be in problem, but obviously that's the coin flip that there will always be in PvP. I saw something blue over here. What was it actually? Okay, he wanted to just check, make sure that I didn't have an expand. And when he saw I did not expand, he expanded. That's smart by him. Right now my Phoenixes go out, I drop the expand immediately. Now this is not something I have to be very committed to. I can always cancel it if I really have to. But you guys shouldn't forget, if this goes into a Phoenix war, I want to expand. If he has a robo, I want to expand. So I might as well just drop that expand. I can always cancel it if he stays on 1 base. It's really not a big deal. So I'm going to scout and I see like, oh, okay, stalkers. Well, that's interesting. And more stalkers. What? Okay, he has a Twilight Council and a robo facility. Do I lose a Phoenix again? That never happened, guys. But what I did do during all this time, I built a lot of probes. I have a small worker advantage, as I killed now a couple with my Phoenix as well. Losing that Phoenix is amateur hour. Do not try that at home. But the good thing about my Phoenix is, hey, I'm still going to get a great scout off. I see he has a lot of Stalkers. I am obviously worried about that. What's good against Stalkers? Immortals. So we drop the Robo Facility immediately. Stalkers, of course, extremely good in containing as well. So you will probably see me later on have like a bigger work lead as well, because I will pick off some workers every now and then, even though he did a solid job at defending so far. Right now, I know that I can produce workers. I'm fine. All I have to do is just produce a sick amount of Immortals, because he had a lot of Stalkers. Those Stalkers are going to be useless if I have the right units. Right now, they're pretty scary. If I have 4 Immortals, I laugh about it. I think it's a waste of supply. Eventually, you will always find a sweet spot when you play Phoenix, and now I'm like, hey bro, thanks for the probes. This is why I really love Phoenix. He's gonna blink in, but hey, the damage has been done. He had a small worker lead because obviously I was a little bit nervous. I stopped producing a few probes because I really needed that Robo Facility. I needed Immortals because I needed to be safe against the counter-attack. But by now I'm gonna go non-stop probing because I'm not that nervous anymore. I killed probes. I'm satisfied. Of course, I'm never gonna give up. Maybe you can pick up a mothership core. Well, that's not the case, but hey, I do pick up 2 more probes. This is why I love playing Phoenix. Even when you play against Blink Stalker opening, you can still kill 14 workers. Now, of course, this guy is not MC, but hey, he's a reasonable pro to play. I'm sure out there are so many of you guys who can learn from players like that. So definitely don't want to pretend that like he's a horrible player and that's the only reason why it's working. I hate playing with Robo against Phoenix, and even when I open up Blink Stalker, like, it's okay to not take too much damage, but I still feel so contained. I feel so blind. Alright, so I'm still producing more Immortals. Right now, what my Phoenixes see is just an insane amount of Stalkers. Yes, he had Stalkers before, and I was like, oh, High Templar, cool. That's expensive. I think I'm going to pick up this Mothership Core as well. He does Purify, but hey, it's still a nice pickup. Anyways, he has a ridiculous amount of Stalkers. Like, he had a lot before. I'm going to lose some Phoenixes here, but that's okay. The information that it gave me, I was like, wow. Alright, so I'm gonna get 4 Immortals, and I even got a cannon just in case, because I was a little bit nervous. When I saw the High Templar, it often means that they want to do like some 6-7 gauge with Archons. What's very good against that? Obviously Colossus. Is this safe to transition to Colossus? Hell yeah, I have 4 Immortals, and not to underestimate, these days we have Purify, which is so awesome. Taking a look at the income tab right now, we see it's very even, but I know that I'm so far ahead because my army, I mean, Stalkers are never ever gonna kill my army.
It's not only your army. Where you're directing your investment, it's so much smarter than his 100% of the time. Like, you have full vision on him. What can he really do to see what you're doing?
It's one push. That's literally what it's going to be. So I fly in one more time. The fact that I did not see any Stalkers there made me, alright, this might actually be showtime real soon. Chrono boosting. I actually went 1 more Immortal because I was so afraid of all those Stalkers. But hey, you'd rather be safe than sorry, right?
Exactly.
I also like started a little bit of a wall here because I kind of figured that like he was gonna go. Army supply right now, it is reasonably close. I'm a little bit ahead, but I know that I'm not gonna die. I'm even gonna get a second Robo because I'm cocky and I'm confident. And I was like, oh, okay, well that was a little bit surprising. Those Zealots are pretty good area. I dropped some Force Field. Those Archons are in pretty good position for him. He dropped actually Archons with Warp Prism. This is pretty smart by him. But guys, we shouldn't forget I have Purify. And I think I started a little bit too late. But look at this. Once you have Immortals, you don't really micro, you just right click. Can I like slow it down even more?
No.
Alright, look at my Immortals. Boom, Stalker, 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 Stalker. This is why I was not worried about that push. Stalkers cannot deal with Immortals. Those Archons were a little bit tricky. I mean, hey, top 3 control kicks in once more. Come on.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oh shit, Rodney. Not bad. I think I lose one. It's a shame. I lose this one.
No.
I tried.
You did micro it, so.
Oh, I lose both. But hey, I mean, I killed pretty much everything. He has 4 army supply left. I have 28.
You have a Colossus at when it ends. You have double mortal. This is just, it'll play itself out now.
So I'm just going to fast forward because obviously this doesn't really matter anymore. These were just a couple of conclusions that I drew in the game. Once you see a lot of Stalkers, you want to get a lot of Immortals. And that is the end. So we saw 3 kind of different scenarios with my opening, and all 3 it fared pretty well. Now you're not going to win 100% of the game, guys. No one is. Is this like the absolute best build and absolute high level? Probably not, otherwise more players would be doing it. In a far past, HotS actually did use his build once, and he actually won a tournament in Spain. He defeated Zok in the final, because I used his build against him back then in Wings of Liberty, and he said like, I like your build, I think I'm going to try it. But then later on the double gate opening started to become more popular. But I prefer this one because I get the quicker follow-up deck.
You got a better horse to back you, because do you know who credited me with a build?
No.
Tarson.
Hey, it's something, Andre.
It's something. Guys, we're going to go to Q&A, but I want to remind you all, if you want a specific player or maybe a game or a pro player, anything to be analyzed, please email us, Gretorp at NASL.TV and RotterdaM at NASL.TV. We'll look through them. We'll see what the best thing is. Of course, I can do all races, Zerg, Terran, or Protoss. I know, RotterdaM, you specialize in Protoss. I'm specializing in Zerg right now. I don't know Terran and Protoss as much, but I can definitely give my thoughts on it. So really, email us anything that you want to, but just know our specialties right now is Zerg and Protoss, respectively.
Yeah, and I would love to hear as well, if any of you guys watching the show right now, if you are a Protoss player and you hate PvP, and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to try a build. Please, just tweet at me, twitter.com/RotterdaM08. Let me know how it goes. And if you keep losing against something, just ask me. Feel free to ask some advice, because I really like my opening. I think it's solid. You guys might wonder, like, hey, Roddy, what is the absolute worst thing to face when you open like this? Because there has to be some things you hate, right?
Yeah.
Of course there is something I hate, but I'm not going to tell you guys. Why would we want to tell the other guys what I hate to face? And it's kind of tricky to figure out as well. It's also not a build that you want to do like 4 or 5 times on a row against the same guy, because hey, he's not going to move out anymore. But the first or second time, or just mix it in a series, if he runs to the middle of the map with a Mothership Core, a Stalker, and a Zealot, and you kill 2 out of 3 units, you're so far ahead. So try it, man. Try your luck with it. And trust me, PvP becomes a lot more fun when you A, kill a unit in the start, and B, you run to his base and you see what he's doing, because then it's suddenly a lot easier to play.
All right, question, RotterdaM, if you got if you go for a 2-gate or 3-gate expand, is it better to get Stalkers first, or is it better to just get out 2 Zealots, then Stalkers in PvP?
2-gate, well, I guess you definitely want to get a Zealot early on. My microphone is a little off, sorry guys, because I was like stretching my leg because I was sitting on it and it fell asleep. I hope you guys can still hear me. Well, it feels like I'm on the phone right now. That really is like, those kind of questions are very, very situational, and it also really depends what your opponent is doing. I mean, if he's straight up 4-gating and you go for a 2-gate expand, I think you're going to be dead. But there are actually builds like TT1 used for a while, which was like a 1-gate expand with Zealots and Sentry. It's very situational. It really depends on what you're facing. I do not think that if you want to go 2-gate expand, it is probably the best thing to get some Stalkers out and get out on the map, so you keep him away from your natural. That's probably the best thing to do.
The next question is, how does this build work against an opponent who opens 2-gate Stalker into 4-gate Dark Templar rush? I think that's actually something really, really powerful, because we saw just now that the 2-gate held off his initial 3 Stalkers, of course with the Mothership Core, and then after that, obviously getting detection. You mentioned how troublesome it could be. I mean, you even said if it's Dark Templars, I'm going to have a little bit of trouble. How would you hold off against something like that?
Sorry, I'm really confused because I'm like struggling with my microphone.
Same build as last game, but they go Dark Templars instead of Blink Stalker.
Well, that's, I mean, you always have to look at your ramp. You get a Sentry early on, but there will always be a coin flippy situation where DTs might actually be very good, but hey, that's the risk of going Stargate.
Sure.
You can send out your first Phoenix, but if he goes Phoenix 2 and he kills your Phoenix, you're going to be very behind. If you do not get a view in his main base early on, yes, there will always be a small risky scenario, but hey, that's the way it is.
So last question here is, Roddy, is it worth it to go Oracle first instead of the Phoenixes, since that would stop something like Dark Templars?
Oracle first is pretty good. A lot of people do it, but because a lot of people do it, I go Phoenix first, because Phoenix is awesome against Oracle. I personally think opening Oracle in PvP is pretty damn risky. It is probably very good against the Robo build, but it's horrible against Phoenix build. So, I mean, that's just like, it's like gambling, man. It's like when you go Dark Templar straight, Oracles, Phoenix, it's all kind of a rotation.
Just to let you know, I have a very similar experience to that. I was always like, do I go Oracle or do I go Phoenix in that beginning stage? Because it is a little flippy. I mean, even if they're going Stargate, sometimes your Phoenixes won't be in the best place. But one thing, if you do have a situation like that, when you go Oracle and all of a sudden they have a Phoenix, do not be so aggressive. Don't try to get so many probe kills. Wait, because they're going to probably do some Phoenix pressure. Shove your Oracle in a corner. As soon as you see Phoenixes on the map, you just send that in. That's going to be the place where you get the most kills, probably, instead of getting intercepted to a Phoenix.
Certainly when you feel it's going to be a Stargate against Stargate game, we all know that the guy who loses the first Phoenix fight is going to lose the game, unless the other guy pulls off a miracle. And if he opens Oracle, hey, you're going to have the Phoenix advantage, and you shut down this pretty big investment of him. I personally don't like the Oracle opening all that much, but that is because I like to open Stargate, and I'm the Phoenix player. So
it's weird. It's more comprehensive against all the builds that exist, but probably not as comprehensive against the current metagame, which is to go so many Stargates. So I would say Oracle if you feel really, really scared of some sort of all-in via gateway units or even Robo, but else go Phoenixes.
I agree. All right, I'm really back in focus right now. I'm just going to let the microphone fly around my face.
I don't even think they can hear you, bro.
I think they can hear me. Okay. They can hear me.
Okay. Anyway, guys, again, Gretorp at nasl.tv or RotterdaM at nasl.tv. Please email us on things that you want us to cover, whether it be, PVZ, PVT, TVP, TVZ, any matchup. We pretty much know all of them, or at least one person in this building knows them.
And if we don't know it, we ask our friends, because we've got lots of friends who are very good at this game.
We're pretty popular. We're pretty popular. We're kind of the cool kids right now.
I wouldn't go that far, but my friends are the cool kids, so and they think I'm okay.
So we must be cool.
Oh so God, we can get some information as well.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This was Build Order 101. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you next week for the second episode.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Tweet at me. Own those Protoss players. Steal that ladder points.